not true.
I
Good
don't know. She kind of
evening.
she.
Good evening, Miss Superstar. There, I see you.
All right. We are live. All right. So let's go ahead and give me 1 second here. All right. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday evening Empower Call, where we empower you with the right tools, the right information, the right inspiration to help give you motivation to help you become a successful Karatbars International affiliate. Guys, I'm Lucian with the solution, and we know that Karatbars International is the solution to our financial freedom. We welcome everyone to the call tonight. We're glad you joined us. If you are on the call for the first time tonight, we especially welcome you. We're glad that you're here. And I think that when we're finished with this call tonight, that you will be glad that you were here as well. Listen, you are starting your opportunity off the right way, and that is by getting plugged in to a system, to a money system, to a system that will help you build your wealth and change your financials legacy and your financial future. Okay, so stay plugged in, get plugged into the Wealth Builders Worldwide system. It is phenomenal. Don't try to reinvent anything. Go to the wealthbuildersworldwide.info website. You will be glad that you did. It will help you. And listen, the wheel's already been invented. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. There's everything that you need. All the information that you need is right there on the WBW website. Okay. So get plugged into that system. And if you are not registered with Karatbars International yet, please get back to the person that invited you to this call. Get registered with them as soon as you can. It takes 5 minutes to do this, and it is free. And all you do is do a few little, clicks here and clicks there, fill out your information there, and it sets you up for your free gold savings account. And we know that saving in 24 karat gold bullion is the best way to preserve and protect your wealth and build your wealth as well. Okay, so we've heard Mr. McKay talking about you're at the right place at the right time with the right company, and we are, guys. This is the right company. You're with the right family, and when I say family, when you go to some of the events, we have the event coming up in September, the weekend that we have in September with Wealth Builders, the Let's Go weekend. When you go to these events, when you go to any event, when you go to a presentation, a live presentation somewhere, you'll see what we're talking about when we talk about family. I mean, we are family. Everybody in Karatbars system wants to help you succeed. It doesn't matter if you're in the same team, if it's you're in the same tree line, it doesn't matter. Everybody wants to help you succeed. And listen, if you don't want to work the business opportunity with this, just save your money in gold. We know that saving in 24 karat gold bullion is the best way to save money. We know that $100 bill that you want to save this month is not going to appreciate in value a year or 5 years or 10 years from now. Okay, save it in an appreciating in a tier 1 asset, and that's 24 karat gold bullion produced by Karatbars International. And some people say, well, I can't do $100 a week. Okay, do $50 a week or $10 a week. Do whatever you can. Get started on your free account today. It's free. Set aside a certain amount. Change your spending habits to savings habits. The wealthy people, the wealthy, before they spend their money, they save their money. They set a certain amount aside to put it into, in investments, to protect their wealth. They put it in gold. They put it in different ways, different places. And they do that because they have been taught a financial system that helps create a bigger and better system. I've had people say, well, I can't afford to save anything and go, money's tight. I can't afford to do it. Yes, you can. I've had people tell me that when they're sitting at a overpriced restaurant, eating an overpriced steak. Change your spending habits to savings habits and watch your wealth grow and increase. Okay. All right. So that's all we want you to do is change your spending habits little at a time. You go in there, you set up your free account, go in there, set a certain amount that you want to save. If it's weekly, if it's every other week, if it's monthly, however much you want to save, whatever you can afford. And we have the opportunity that you can save any amount, $5 a week. Come on, anybody can save five. Change that. Don't get that St. Arbucks drink this week. Change your spending habits to savings habits. Okay, and you'll be glad a year from now. You'll be glad 5 years from now. You'll be glad 10 years from now. I know I don't want to save $100 bill for 10 years because in 10 years, just like I said, that $100 bill does not buy today what it bought a year ago or 5 years ago. And so it's proven by history that the value of the dollar is going down. Inflation, the cost of goods is going up because the value of the dollar is going down. I've used it this way. If this pen right here was the only pen that that everybody on this panel or everybody on this call tonight, if everybody needed a pen and this was the only one that was available to you all, this pen would be valuable. If I had 5,000 of these pens, this pen's value is not as valuable. Okay. So when they print more and more dollars, the value of that dollar is going down. And that's what the feds are doing, is they're printing more and more dollars, putting it out into the economy. And we think that the economy is doing great when there's more money out there, but no, with more money that's out there, the less value that money is. All right. Okay. So save your money in a tier 1 asset, 24 karat gold bullion, set aside, set it, forget it, go back to it later and add to it. Now, if you want to earn a little income, if you want to earn a monthly income, just share with people what you do. Help others do the same thing that you're going to do. And that's save your money in the 24 karat gold bullion, save a little bit, whatever you want. Help your family. Share this with your family. Share this with your favorite friends, your best friends. Share this opportunity with everybody, and you're going to earn a little bit of an income off of everybody. And that's the way this system works. And I think Pastor Dye said it a few weeks ago. He was talking about, I think it was Pastor Dye that said it. Said, he's had people to say, well, I'm not going to buy anything that somebody's going to make money off of. Well, you better quit going to the grocery store. You better quit going out to eat. You better quit going to Starbucks. You better quit going to wherever it is that you go to eat. You better quit going to these places, because everybody makes money off of everything that we buy entirely. There's no way around it. Everybody is going to make money off of whatever we purchase. Somebody's going to make money off of everything that we purchase. Okay. So this system is just a referral system. My landscaping business, I don't do any advertising. I have no advertising that I do. None, zero, none, not even in Yellow Pages, not even nothing. I do nothing advertising. But I give a referral fee, a 3% referral fee when a client of mine refers me to somebody else. I'll give them a 3% referral fee. That's all we do with Karatbars, is we set up gold savings account and we get a referral fee that it goes and it goes and it runs and it runs and it runs. Okay. It's not just a one-time fee. Like I pay a one-time fee to my customers that refer somebody to me. With Karatbars International, we pay a referral fee to infinity. Okay. And so when you do that, you're going to get paid monthly. Now, if you really want to work the business and really want to share this opportunity and you really want to make an income and you really want to set up a financial system and you really want to earn a passive residual income, get one of the customized business packages that is suited to fit every financial position that you're in, every every economy, everything that you can, I've had people say, well, I can't afford it. Yes, you can. You can't afford not to. Come on. You can't afford not to do this opportunity. You can't afford you can start this with just a very minimum amount that if you're going to share this opportunity with your friends, with your family, and you help them do the same thing, and you help them share with their people, you're going to build yourself a nice residual income. Okay. All right. So that's what this is about, is building your wealth, building and protecting your wealth. Financial, a lot of your financial planners, not guys, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not a banker. I'm not anything. I'm not a financial planner, but I do read and I do learn. And since we've been with Karatbars, I have learned more about finances than I probably ever have. Now, some years ago, I know I've shared the story of how in 2001, September 11th, 2001, we all know what happened then. And I asked some of my financial mentors, three of my financial mentors, two multimillionaires, one a billionaire, that I asked them what I needed to do. They all told me I needed to acquire gold and or silver in my possession, not on the stock market, not on paper, not on, all three of them, not connected with each other. None of the three were connected, but all three told me I needed to have gold in my possession. So by mid 2002, because I'd already been saving some gold and silver coins prior to that, because it was the only thing I knew to get. I like coins. I like collecting coins. But by mid 2002, I was acquiring more and more gold and more silver. But I really wanted the gold. Everybody wants gold. Nobody wants the Olympics. You don't go for silver. You don't go for bronze. You go for gold. Right. So I was getting more and more gold. And so I've had financial advisors. We've heard from financial advisors telling us that we need to own, to have about 10 to 15% of your portfolio, your financial portfolio, 10 to 15% in physical metals. Okay. So I want mine in physical gold. Okay. So I am trying, I'm actually well over that 15%. I'm switching mine. I have one stock. I had, everybody knows, I'm not going to share all that with you again, but everybody knows my story with my stocks, how that I lost them, how that I haven't, they've up and down, and it's just kind of done this, just been level, cashed out with what I put into it. Had I put that same amount into gold, I would have had well over $500,000 in. Actually, is rising because the value of gold is going up now. And but my plan is to switch that to be 85 to 90% in a physical tier 1 asset, 24 karat gold bullion. And we've always heard, if you want to get wealthy, you do what the wealthy do. You do. I learned at an early age, don't take advice from broke people. Broke people will get you broker. I learned that the hard way at about 19, 20 years old. Listened to some people that were broke. I thought they were geniuses. They sounded so intelligent. It sounded so good, but they were broke too. And guess what? It cost me. It cost me more money. I was so broke. I needed $500 just to have zero money. I needed to have $500 just to have zero money. That's how broke I was, by listening to broke people. Okay. So you do what wealthy people do to become wealthy. You do what broke people do to become broke. Okay. So I want to do what wealthy people do, and that is paying attention to what they're doing. And wealthy people acquire assets first. They pay themselves first. And so we encourage you to pay yourself first. And that is with 24 karat gold, 10 to 15%. Set aside 10% each week of your income. Set it aside in gold. If you can't do 10%, do 5%. If you can't do 5%, do 1%. Get started saving in gold. Okay. So we do, if you want to be wealthy, we do what wealthy people do. Okay. We know that we know that Mr. Best is wealthy. We know that Mr. Dalco is wealthy. We know that Miss Cheryl Ann Gober is wealthy. We know that Miss Tanisha Glaspie is wealthy. We know that Dr. Patrice and Miss Lady Lisa is wealthy, and they are saving in gold. Do what wealthy people do to become wealthy. I'm sorry, Miss Gillespie, you're not wealthy. Okay, shh. So we do what wealthy people do to become wealthy. Okay, so what about the Federal Reserve? Is the Federal Reserve wealthy? Absolutely, they're wealthy. Well, guess what? In 2000, we all know what happened in 2008. The real estate bubble busted, and so the Federal Reserve, the central banks, when 2008 happened, central banks around the world started acquiring more gold. Why was that? Because they do what we call CYA, cover your assets. And so that's what they were doing. The central banks control, they're responsible for setting interest rates. They're responsible for controlling the money supply to the financial institutions in their countries. Okay, so when a banking system, a financial system is struggling, the federal banks come in, or the central banks will come in and help support them, help secure them. Well, in 2008, when the real estate bubble busted, they struggled as well. They had to bail out. We had a lot of bailouts. It was global. I mean, it wasn't just in the United States, it was global. So they started acquiring in 2008. Central banks were acquiring as much as 14%. They increased their gold supply, because they knew that gold is that hedge of protection against inflation and the deflation and an economy collapse. And so central banks, up until they were acquiring as much as 14% of the gold acquisitions yearly. Okay, so 14% is not that much, but when you think about it, all the people that are acquiring gold around the world, central banks are getting 14%. That was up until 2019. I read an article not too long ago that in May, already in 2020, central banks are already up to 16% of gold acquisitions. They're up. They acquire 16% of the amount of gold that is mined yearly right now. So from 2019 at 14%. And up to 16% now. And this same article in 2019, 8% of the central banks said, 8% of the central banks said that they were good with where they were the amount of gold that they were acquiring. Okay, 8% were not going to acquire any more gold. This year, 20% are saying we need to acquire more gold because of the COVID pandemic. And this is what this is stemmed from. They are acquiring more gold because of the COVID pandemic and what it is doing economically, globally. So they are concerned about what the COVID is doing to the economy in every country. So the central banks are propping up, they're hedging up their assets. They're hedging with 24 karat gold bullion. So if the central banks are doing this, shouldn't that be our red flag? Shouldn't that be our handwriting on the wall that says, if they're doing it, maybe we should do it? So my biggest concern with myself is that I'm not getting enough gold. I want more gold. I already know today. I knew a year ago that I wished I would have gotten more gold when I first got it started. I don't want to be that. And of course, it happens every year or every 2 or 3 years. I keep saying, wish I'd have got more gold. Wish I'd have got more gold. Don't be that person Don't be that person a year from now that says, I wish I would have got more gold. Wish I would have got more gold. Get more gold while you can get more gold, because we know the value of gold is going up. We know that gold is what, somewhere around 1800, 1795, there about it. Today, that's today's. It is steadily going up. The trend is going up. Now, it might go up and down a little bit. It fluctuates up and down, but it is steadily going up. There's some are saying, gold's going to be, we'll see, as much as $3,000 by the end of this year. I want more gold. I don't want to come up next year saying, wish I'd have got more gold last year. I don't want to come up 5 years from now saying, wish I'd have got more gold 5 years ago. Don't be that person that says, I wish I would have told my family to get some gold 5 years ago. Wish I'd have told my family about this opportunity 5 years ago. Don't be that person. Share this opportunity with as many people as you can, and it will help you create your residual income. It will help you build your wealth. It will help you change your family's financial future. I've got two beautiful, beautiful granddaughters now, and guess what? I'm setting aside for them, for their. I'm not doing 401ks for them. I'm not doing 253s or whatever they are for their education. I'm setting aside gold. I'm getting a certain amount of gold for them each month, because I want to leave them a legacy. I want to leave my children's children a financial legacy. Okay. All right. So guys, that's where I'm at with it. That's my thoughts on gold, and I think we all should acquire more and more gold. Get it while you can. Get as much as you can. Like in Mr. K's presentations, get it, lock it down, and hang on to it. Miles Monroe said, buy gold now and lock it down. Hang on to it. Don't sell it. Hang on to it. It's your wealth. It's your legacy. It's going to be your financial legacy. All right. So guys, I want to go ahead and bring on our host with me, Dr. Patrice, Miss Lady Lisa. I love these guys. These are awesome. I love you guys. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Welcome.
We love you too, Lucian. We love you too. And Deb Nixon, I was looking in the chat. She said you were teaching tonight, and yes, you were teaching. I mean, this information that we have here with Karatbars International regarding this wonderful tier 1 asset is absolutely amazing. And while you were speaking, I was reminded of what someone says all the time, Mr. Austin. He said, listen, just don't do what the banks tell you to do. You do what the banks do, and they're getting gold. So I'm so happy about the opportunity here at Karatbars International. But tonight is going to be an outstanding night. Thank you, Lucian, for opening up. So yeah. we have some guests with us tonight. And Patrice, you want to open up with that? Yes.
Well, good evening, everybody. We're so excited about being on the Empower call tonight. And it's always an honor for us to introduce and reintroduce fascinating people that were within the Wealth Builders organization. And I'm telling you, the individuals that we're about to bring out right now, the moment you see them, I'm sure there's going to be a smile that's going to come on their face. But I'll just put it like this, just for a brief introduction. How many times have you been walking in a Karatbars event, and all of a sudden you hear someone shout out, "Ahoo!" That gets people's attention, ladies and gentlemen. And one thing I do know, that even though the "Ahoo" battle cry is unique to Wealth Builders worldwide, we have discovered, ladies and gentlemen, that it doesn't make a difference if you are in South Africa or South Dakota, you're going to hear people shouting, "Ahoo!" And there are a lot of people that don't know where that comes from, ladies and gentlemen. So if we could just bring our guests on the screen right now, or are they on the screen, or are they going to be on the phone?
They're not on here. I don't see them yet. Have you pulled them in?
Sister Tanisha, can you help us with that?
Get them to raise their hand.
Yes.
Have they raised their hand in the chat room?
Yes.
There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Ow.
Ow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to, as I said, introduce to those that don't know and reintroduce those that do know this dynamic family known as the Thompson twins, ladies and gentlemen. So we are so excited to introduce Wesley Thompson and his brother, Wayne Thompson. And I'm telling you, we're just so excited to have you gentlemen with us tonight. You all, your mics are unmuted.
There we go. There we go. Get on screen with us. Open up your, yeah, go, come on.
And somebody open up a camera.
Open up your camera, open up your mics, Wayne and Wesley. Come on.
Wait a minute, somebody's sharing a, okay, what do we got? Okay.
Yes. Mr. Thompson, are you on?
Will the real Mr. Thompson please step up?
What do I have to do?
There we go. All right.
Good
Okay.
evening, yes.
Good
There
evening.
you go. There's Mr. Wesley. Where?
Let's
Yeah.
see if we
Yes.
can- Mr. Wesley.
There we go. Look,
Yes.
one of you comes on, the other one comes
There
on.
we go.
What y'all doing?
There we go. There we go.
Which one is which? Y'all look.
We already, oh, okay.
Well, we already know, but we're not going to spoil it.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
I'm going to tell you, my brother, 30 years ago, married into a twin family. And from my own brother, it started producing twins, even in our family. And one thing I love about twins is that on the one hand, they are unique individuals, but yet at the same time, they are one. And so tonight, I'm going to let them go ahead and just share. But I wanted to just open up and welcome you again, Wesley, and your dear wife. Looks like Kathleen is right there by you. Is that?
Oh, I can't see my picture, but that's all right. She was helping me to see if I could see my picture.
Well, that's good because we want to hear maybe a little feedback from them tonight, but we're going to move right along. And we just had a couple of questions just to ask you because it's always good to know people that are dynamic people. And you all have such an amazing reputation in the world of Karatbars and definitely in wealth builders worldwide. But we want you to just start off by giving us a little bit of history of your childhood and your background. But the number one question I know is on a lot of people's minds: who was born first?
That would be Wayne.
All right,
And where
can
did he go?
see him as well? Is he on as well?
he'll pop back up.
He'll pop back up.
He'll pop back
Okay.
up.
Yeah,
But
Wayne was
Wesley-
born first. We're 3 minutes apart. We would have
Wow.
been faster, but my mother said he was slow coming out.
Wow. Well, that's absolutely amazing. But tell us, where were you all born? In what city were you born? Give us a little
We're
bit of your
both
background.
originally from Montclair, New Jersey. Okay, coming up, we did everything together. We played football, we played baseball, we wrestled, and sometimes we played basketball. But we did everything together coming up. Okay, and we're not new to the network marketing industry. We've done many things before we were introduced to Mr. Best. But once we were introduced to Mr. Best, then he became our mentor, and we're just holding on to his suit-tails and seeing where he takes us. Now, the way that came up was a partner of mine, he's in Karatbars too. His name is Earl Conley. Earl Conley wanted me to get involved in the health and wellness industry that he was in. And I said, okay. He said that Mr. Best was going to be at the Holiday Inn in Hampton. He said, can you go out there? That's the big guy. I said, okay, I'll be out there. So I went out and I was astounded. I was very impressed. And I said, this guy is going to be my mentor and I'm going to follow him to the end. Okay, so we did that company for a while. And then we got into some other ventures. The last one I was in was like a motivational app. Okay, and I was very pleased with that. I had personalized plates. I had a nice team growing. As a matter of fact, Mr. Best got me into that one. And one day, Mr. Best called me up. He says, hey, Wesley, what's going on? He always does that. I say, hey, man, I'm just checking out my downline and everything and looking at what's going on. He said, I got something for you to take a look at. I said, what is it? He says, a new opportunity. I said, come on, man, you're killing me. I said, man, I got personalized plates. I got a nice team growing. I think things are looking good. He said, Wesley, Sometimes you gotta let that old girlfriend go and get you a new one. So I said, okay. He said, hey, look at it this way, Wesley. He said, it's free to join. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to, but get yourself prime real estate, okay? And I had blown this thing off. He told me about it a while ago, and I watched the videos. I said, I ain't doing that. Let me watch these videos. So I watched the first one because we had 2 a day that time. And I looked at it. I said, I watched the second time. I said, wait a minute. The third time I watched it, I said, oh my God, are you kidding me? So I went ahead and I joined. The first person I signed up was my wife, okay? I signed her up. She didn't know she was signed up because we were kind of bitter with network marketing and everything, but I signed her up. And one day I got her to look at a video and she looked at it and she said, I kind of like that. I said, good, because you're already in. She said, no, I'm not. How'd I get in? I said, you're already in. I signed you up. You got about 35 people in your downline. Gave her a MasterCard, already had money on it. So no problem there. The second person I signed up was my brother, because we do everything together. If you get me, you got him. It's a 2-for-1. So those network marketers out there that got us at that time, they got 2 for 1. Okay, so after that, he came in and then we start sharing this with everybody we could come in contact with. Okay, and like I like to say, I share this with everybody, 98.7 and breathing. All I do is share information. Whether you receive it or not, that's up to you. You can't come back to me and say, I didn't tell you. You see, and that's where I stand on that.
That's absolutely amazing. We want you all to share with us the origin of the AU.
And who started it?
That
Which
was
one?
Me, Wesley.
Okay.
Okay, now what happened there is we were given a meeting in Hampton and we were coming up with some things. And I said, Mr. Best, you know what would be pretty cool? He said, what? I said, we do the Arsenio Hall thing. Woo, 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 woo. Remember that?
Yep.
Then, so he said, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So then later on, me and my wife, we went and we watched the movie 300. And in that movie, their chant was, gladiators, what is your profession? And they all said, ahoo, ahoo, ahoo. I said, man, that's real cool there. And then looking back at it, the Spartans and what they had to go through as young kids, you know, they send them at 12 years old out for training. All they do know how to do is fight, how to kill, how to survive. And when after they get, I think it's 17, or no, after they turn 12, they then send them out with a spear and a blanket, okay? And then if they make it back, then they will be soldiers when they turn 17. But all they know how to do is fight, kill, and what is their profession? That is it. So I said, that's a good thing for gladiators because that is our profession. That's all we do is save gold, tell people, make money. So that was a good concept for me.
But that was absolutely.
Did you realize?
That's what I know what you're about to ask, Lucian, because that's what I'm going to ask. You know, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, did you know that was the periodic table for gold?
No, I think the first time I heard that, Lawrence Stevens was on a call. And he said that the periodic table for gold was AU. And so that's what I say, that's just God at work, putting everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lucian, was that your question?
That was.
That was your question.
That was it. I didn't know if they realized that I was one. Wayne, I don't know, we can't hear you. I know you're trying to get in.
Can you unmute Wayne?
He is unmuted. It looks like he's unmuted, but he's not.
His sound isn't working. He may need to call in and we could hear him that way.
Thank you, Tanisha. Brother Wayne, I hope you heard that. Do you have the dial-in number? Shake your head. And I think I do have your number. And I'm going to give it to Ms. Gillespie and she can pull you in.
Wow. Well, while he's doing that, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to just add to that, you know, this mantra of AU, we have literally seen it embraced throughout Karatbars. And I will never forget when we were even in Las Vegas, our dynamic, legendary visionary, Senator Dr. Hal Constantine Seitz, he stands up, he says, oh, oh, oh. So it just
He
goes to
actually
show.
said, "Aru, Aru,
Yeah,
Aru."
Oh, yeah, yeah,
that's
right.
it, Mama Bear.
That's right, Michelle Ann. Aru, Aru, Aru.
Aru.
And so
Yes.
that just kind of shows.
Sounds like Petey.
It shows the scope of that. But the two of you, Leslie, also, the steps along the way leading you to Karatbars, you all, I believe both of you shared a prolific career in the military. Is that correct?
We are both retired Air Force.
Wow.
We are both retired police officers.
Wow.
Don't say that too
Yay.
much. That's going on. Hey, I was one of the good guys.
We're sure you are.
You had spirit of the law and letter of the law. I was
Oh,
spirit of the law, officer discretion. Yes. And then the other thing with us, my brother, he likes to tell his story, but since he's having a problem with his sound, wait a minute.
we got to hear him.
Yeah.
While
Yes.
while y'all are bringing him in, I'm going to tell you. You said something, Lucian, about it sounded like Petey, which is my dog. Everybody gets to meet my dog. But the first Let's Go weekend that I attended, I had to ask Michael for permission to come.
Yeah.
But that first weekend, and I walked on the stage, and everybody's,
And
oh, oh, oh. And I looked around, and for a moment, I'm like, are they barking at me? Did they think I'm a dog? And I said, if I didn't know y'all didn't love me, I would have thought y'all were barking at me.
Oh,
But to me, that sound is a battle cry for freedom. I think that's what it's always stood for me, is a battle cry for freedom. And, we're on it. So I love this story. So I'm back to y'all.
well, Charlene, it's so good always seeing your face. But when we were over in Germany, Dr. Sykes, we were out on the patio, and I'm telling you, Brother Wesley and Wayne, that's all Dr. Sykes was saying. Gladiators, what is your and he kept going on and on. And it's amazing. People from, different countries, English is not even their first language. They know IOO. We were walking through the airport. People knew we were at the Karatbars meeting, Charlene, in South Africa. They were like, oh, and we were like, okay, they know we were together. It was just absolutely amazing. So, Brother Wayne, are you able to speak? Okay.
he was trying to get the number, but since he's not on yet, I'll tell he likes to tell this story, but both of us have wives named Kathleen. That's just a coincidence.
Wow.
We didn't plan it that way. They
Wow.
both have brothers named Ricky. Okay. And now my wife, her name is Kathleen Cora. My mother's first name is Cora. Her first name is Patricia. And my wife's sister's name is Patricia. So those are just coincidences. So that just
Wow.
happened like that way. Mhm.
Wow. That's crazy.
Sounds like a God thing.
I know, right?
Some things just are too much for coincidence. So that's
right.
awesome.
Can we
What
hear
I've always
Wayne?
called.
Wayne, can we hear you yet? Okay.
I think
He's
he's trying
got
to.
something to
I have
say.
him on the line. He's calling in.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Well, one thing we also wanted to touch is that you two gentlemen have dynamic wives that everybody loves in Karatbars. And Lisa, she's continuously applauding these lovely ladies. And, on the one hand, we referred, I put it like this: when I think of Kathleen that belongs to Wayne, Lady Lisa.
Wesley.
Yeah, the singer. No, Wayne.
Oh,
Wayne,
okay.
the singer.
Yeah, thank you. And I was thinking about, one is the singer, but I'm going to tell you, when I think about the other Kathy, I think about a person. You all remember The Godfather, the movie? There's a guy in every family who's the consigliere. And that's kind of like the constant advisor. And I don't know if I know that by the Spirit, but when it comes to counsel, I see your Kathy as the one that is the advisor in the family, giving great advice and suggestion. And you two gentlemen have built a dynamic business in Karatbars, and we want to just allow you to kind of speak to the fact of your wives and how they contributed to your overall success for a brief moment, or even allow them to just kind of lean in and say hello, everybody.
Okay, well, my wife, she is upstairs. I can call her if you like, but she is a counselor. You guessed that one on the head. She works for the Department of the Navy, Fleet and Family Services, and she's a family advocate for them. So she deals with stress management, suicide prevention, conflict management, things of that nature. Yeah. And she's been supportive of me from day one. Okay. And everything I do, she just says, well, if that's what you think is right, we'll go ahead and do that. That's how we are. And my brother's wife, she supports him as well. Yes.
Well,
Wayne, are you able to speak? Well, while he is still trying to dial in, I just want to say we heard something, Wesley, that is just a phenomenal story. And Tanisha, can you please share that picture that we sent? Charlene, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this picture. That picture right there. That is such a blessing. I mean, because of your stick to it is in terms of working the business, you were able to just swipe like so many others are doing with Karatbars. You were able to swipe your Karatbars card and get your lovely wife that beautiful, her dream car, that BMW. What was that? What was that like?
Well, I can just say, look at the expression on her face. Because, we were in there and she was looking at different ways to pay. I said, babe, the card. Anybody ever remember back in the day, they had this movie called The March of the Wooden Soldiers? I don't know, some people that may take them back too far. But it was like that experience, with everything, the boogeymen and stuff were coming in and they didn't know what to do. And Stan and Laurel Hardy looked at each other and they said, I know, the wooden soldiers. So that was our experience there. We said, okay, we couldn't come up with this, couldn't come with that. I said, wait a minute, you got that on your card. You could just swipe the card. She said, really? And I said, yes. She said, no, but I wanted to use that as a down payment. I said, well, I do the down payment, but you could just pay for it in full.
Wow.
And then all you can do if you use your debit card was $800, but if you use the credit, you can spend the whole thing. So I said, there you go.
Wow.
That's absolutely phenomenal. I think, Wesley, we now have Wayne. Your line is open now, Wayne. Can we hear you?
Okay, that must be some connection issues.
Okay, wow. Wow, we wish we could hear you tonight, but we're hearing you through your brother.
Yes.
Dr. Chris, maybe I wonder if you could do a three-way call with him and get him in on your speaker.
Let's see.
Okay.
Would that work?
That may work. That may work. But I'm gonna end with this question, because we had the opportunity to kind of speak to people who know you two gentlemen very, very well, and we've heard that when it comes to you guys are number one, very consistent.
Or why they're not able to hear you.
There he is. No.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. All right. Yes.
Come on in. You made it.
Yeah, I'm letting my brother's doing all the talking.
Well, that's what I do anyway.
Well, I thought it was you talking anyway, Wayne. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, we sound the same vocal cord. Vocal cord.
Well, go ahead, Wayne, and just share what's on your mind tonight with respect to your story.
Yeah, my brother introduced me to Karatbars, and at first I didn't want to get in because I have been through so many different opportunities, and most of them didn't do well. So I'm trying to mute this.
One of your devices. Mute one of your devices. Sorry about that.
So I was pretty much burnt out. And but he told me you need to take a good look at this. So as twins, we do everything the same. You know, we both grew up together. We wore the same clothes. We went to the same school. We played the same sport. Both of us retired Air Force. Both of us retired police officers. Both of us have wives named Kathy. We were both next door neighbors for 7 years. So we back each other up. Like he says, I have his back, he has my back. Yeah, so that's the way we do. And we've always been like that. We're joined at the hip.
Hello.
That's the singer.
I had to get on, say hello, everybody.
And she can sing. That girl's got. Woo.
This call, you know, I really appreciate it. You inviting us to get up and speak. Uh-oh, there's the other one.
Dr. Patrice, you're muted.
You just-
Hello. Good evening. Hello.
we can hear you.
Wayne, I'm sorry, you guys. Wayne,
We got-
he has two devices on, so there's an echo coming from him.
That just makes it interesting. Good
Hey,
evening.
Kathleen, I think you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hi to these gorgeous people, these Karatbar gold holder people. Yes, indeed. How's everybody doing?
We're doing great and happy to see all of you tonight.
Yes.
Oh, that is fantastic. Well, you know, we're doing great too, keeping it moving,
Yes. Yes.
trying to get to Dubai soon, as soon as this COVID stuff is over.
Yes, yes. Well, we all want to get out and go somewhere, you know, too. So it will open. We will be on those planes and trains. But thank you all for coming tonight, Brother Wayne and Wesley. And it's good to see you all. And you have so much success. You're doing so much in this Karatbars business. Congratulations on your new vehicle. Absolutely amazing. When I saw that picture on Facebook, I said yes. And it was all done with the swipe. So I know Mama Bear loves that. The first Karatbars affiliate, Mama Bear takes joy in seeing the success of others in this business. So congratulations again to all of you.
Well, we're definitely gonna turn it over to Mama Bear, but I know we'd be remiss if we did not have the one and only Mr. Michael Dalco.
Hang on, before we go to my brother, I
Yes.
want the ladies to promise us to come back and hear the ladies' side and what it's like being married to twins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Real
yeah, you need to talk to us. Yeah.
We need to hear this story because I
Oh,
know
yeah.
how I've heard stories of those twin things, you know, but I want y'all to stay on the panel because y'all are awesome. I'm number one. Thank you for your service, you know, in your professions, but thank you for being a part of Karatbars. Thank you for bringing just you to this business because both, you know, when I go to Let's Go Weekend, I expect to see your faces. And, you know, you all bring so much and you're such a wonderful part of our family, but you're a class act. You make Karatbars look good. And it's people like you that makes me proud to be part of this organization where we all to come together as one family. But you know, a lot of times we don't get time to sit down and really talk like we want to, but I see you every time at Let's Go Weekend. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for supporting Karatbars, Wealth Builders Worldwide, the family, because it would not be the same without you. So That's just from my heart to you. Don't go nowhere. And I'm going to go back to you. Sometimes our guests leave us in the middle of the stream. And I knew you were about to bring out Michael and everything. And I want to hear from Michael. But I don't want y'all going anywhere without me telling you that you are just fabulous people. Absolutely. And I can't wait for karaoke and your wife to sing every time. I'm like, where's she at? Man, and you live with that. Girl, you got it. You got it going on and stuff. But love y'all. Love you. So back to you, Patrice. I'm sorry for the interruption.
I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Michael Dalco, and I know he would love to definitely bring Mr. Ty Best, but I'm telling you, one thing that we know that we've heard about these gentlemen and their wives, they are very, very consistent, and they're as solid as good people come, and we would not be the people that we are collectively if it wasn't for these two dear families in Wealth Builders Worldwide and Karatbars International. And all that being said, over to you, Mr. Michael Dalco.
Yeah, what a phenomenal and power call tonight. And I guess I got to put a gram of gold in the cuss jar because Cheryl Ann's on camera and I'm not. And y'all, I'm sure y'all will forgive me for that. I haven't done my hair. So please, I got loose and looking handsome on my behalf tonight. So.
Can I double dare you to come out on the camera? I'd love to see your hair all just all come on, Michael, show it, you know.
And then you're looking absolutely ridiculously phenomenal, fabulous, Sterling Gold. I'm telling you, girl, you aging backwards. I don't know how you're doing that, but we'll talk about it later.
On purpose. It's
on
dirt.
Purpose.
It's the dirt.
It's the dirt. I love it. You look so relaxed and so refreshed.
Dirt.
So good to see you looking so healthy and happy. And to the Thompson twins, my twin brothers. Okay, I guess we're triplets now. So look, I can't believe I've known the Thompson twins for over 5 years, maybe closer to 6. And what's so crazy is, how did I get away not knowing that Earl Connolly sponsored you guys? See, when you say coincidence, if you slow down and you let Dr. Patrice break the word down, it's coincide. It means it was supposed to work together, right? Earl Connolly, when I met him, I had no idea. Earl Connolly is on Ty Best's left side then, and Earl Connolly's new wife, Joanne, is on Ty Best's right side. See, y'all gonna figure out in a minute. They got married after Karatbars. Okay, y'all gonna figure out in a minute that we already won. Y'all sitting there struggling and worrying about stuff that's already a done deal. We're just walking out the divinity and the destiny that's already given to us. Man, look, you really think you're doing something, don't you? God has already blessed you with success in this business. Everything that's happening is coinciding. From AU, when Mr. Wesley Thompson brought us AU, he thought he didn't know it was on the periodic table. Yes, he did. It was rooted down in his spirit. He knew. His brain didn't know, but his spirit knew. From the moment Ty Best's voice hit his ears, he knew he was going to join. It took him 3 times to make logical sense out of it, but he was in from the moment Ty Best dialed the first part of his number. For Dr. Patrice to say that Miss Kathy Thompson, Wesley Thompson's wife, had the counselor spirit, Dr. Patrice was just saying what he thought he felt, but he knew it. He knew it, guys. Look, you can be agnostic or absolute unbelievers. Your number is up too. This business was destined for you. It was. Run from it. Run. My grandma was a preacher. She used to say, boy, you can run, but you're going to run right into the Lord. You keep running. You're going to run smack dab into the Lord. And so sure enough, guys, Karatbars is a part of all of our destinies. I'm honored to be any little part that I can possibly be in it. Wayne and Wesley, thank you for your stories tonight, because it's these stories that let people, they see themselves. We see ourselves in your stories. We all have gotten stories that led us to tonight, that led us to Karatbars. All of us have divine stories. We thought they were mistakes. they were just divine detours that led us here to this amazing life-changing opportunity called Karatbars International. So with honor and with great, great, great pleasure, sometimes I have to hold back my admonishment and accolades of Ty Best, because he tells me, he'll call me and say, man, you got to lay off all the edification. People scared to talk to me. But it's all 100% real. The best things that I can say about Ty Best are just scratching the surface. Just like you called Wesley, guys, he called, my sponsor called him. That was that divine detour. My sponsor met Ty Best over 20 years ago, maybe 30. He was a kid, and he somehow retained Mr. Best's contact information and called Mr. Best and asked him could he join. And then the next call he made was to me. And I said the same thing everybody else out there says. I'm good. I'm good. What I meant to say was, I'm scared. I was scared to fail again. I was scared to try again. I was scared to be disappointed again. And that was 6.5 years of freedom ago because of the gentleman, Mr. Ty Best. So good evening, Mr. Best. Over to you.
Hey, good evening. I'm gonna make myself stay calm, Mr. Dell, because I don't want to get cranked up 11 o'clock. So the first thing I'm gonna say is, Shirley, you are looking good. I'm gonna have to call
I'm
Britt and
telling
say,
you.
what's going on?
I'm telling you.
Something special going on there at the house. Cause I'm going, what she done? She did like age backwards on us or something. You done
Yeah.
unique here today.
I'm telling you, it's dirt. Some of us have to go get close to God. Mine is in the dirt.
You did something. That Mike, I'm with Mr. Delco with something different going on. I don't know, but okay. All right, I'm gonna call Brent tomorrow and find out. Okay.
Hey, Ty Best.
Yes, sir.
Ty Best, you're looking a little handsome yourself, bro. Your skin looking clean and clear, and you're looking good, man.
Yeah, I'm learning to sit back from the camera about 3-4 feet and get close up. That's all. That's all I'm doing. I'm playing games with the camera. So that's what I'm doing. So, but look, and Lucian, thank you, man, for the overview and the conversation to start. Of course, Dr. Patrice and Lisa Gore, what can I say? You guys are phenomenal. But look, I gotta say this. When you talk about that Earl Connor's wife on the other side, now I know where that volume went, Wesley. Now we can call Earl and say, hey, Earl, you've been jacking us on that volume. Nah, he's all right. I said, man, what happened to the auto saves, man? That's on the other leg. Okay, I get it. But no, I'm just joking, man. Look, we done had quite a few marriages in the world of Karatbars, and so that's a positive thing there too. I want to thank the Thompson twins for coming out. And guys, you got to understand, the Thompson twins are actually sort of on the shy side. So I be begging those guys to come out and do streams and everything, and they'll hold back. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
No, that's Wayne.
That's Wayne. Wayne perpetrating. Wayne glad that sound went out, man. Wayne was like, oh, Wesley got this. That's good. Okay. But Wayne to give it in a minute and say what he said. Okay. Joe Shire said what he said. Okay, they both get that, said what he said. They let Wesley do all the talking, and Wesley, they do such a great job, man, and they've been such a blessing for me here in Newport News. Could take that stress off of me, especially when somebody say, Tyrone, explain that K1 phone. I said, Wesley, they talking to you. They ain't talking to me. Okay, because Wesley break that phone right down. So I thank them all. Thank Kathleen. Thank the two Catherine and Kathy.
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Best. Thank you. Love you dearly.
Love you too. Love you guys. And look, I got to get my ride in the BMW, but thank y'all every time you let the karaoke. Kathy, you turned it out. Everybody know you can sing. You don't just sing, you can sing. So, and look, I want to thank you. What a great call. I don't have anything to add. So many great things are going on in the world of Karatbars. I don't even know. I'm trying to get cranked up. So, look, I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you, Mr. Dalco. Great day. Great call. Great empower call. Let's keep going. Keep this thing simple. See this thing big. Keep it simple. See this thing big. But keep it simple. And by the way, that AU The first time we said that in Newport News, I was like, wow, that's good. And then the first time we said Let's Go Weekend, it was like, whoa, that's good. Next thing you know, everybody from saying it from Harold Sykes to everybody. And then if you want to hear the power of that thing, get you a copy of that CD, The Double Dose of Freedom, that last Let's Go Weekend 9, and hear that crowd noise go, ah, ooh, it's crazy. And we didn't see all that coming, man. Just like Let's Go Weekend. I mean,
Yeah.
God got his hand all over everything we're doing, and we know it. So anyway, back to you, Mr. Minton. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for letting me on. Thank the Thompson twins and the whole family for being out, and with that beautiful smile, those beautiful ladies. And see, you guys see every taste, so you can tell a guy who's a salesman by looking at his wife.
I know that's right.
That's all you got to do. So anytime you start doubting your ability, look at the woman you married to and go, oh, I got some skills now.
That's
okay.
right.
That's all you got to say. I got some skills. Okay. And thank you guys very much, man. Great, outstanding evening. Thank you. And back to you, Mr. Minton.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Best. Thank you. Always appreciate your great words of encouragement and wisdom. And we thank that. Miss Charlene, come on back out here and you got anything else you want to share with us tonight?
You know, I like this. I mean, this started out as the Empower Call, and it's still the Empower Call, but there is nothing that sets me on fire any more than just getting to sit and chat, like real chat, not all the other stuff. I mean, we can teach gold, but to hear the stories and the connections that bring us all together from our Karatbars family. You know, I'm going down through this list, and, you know, we've got Damawi and Cece out there, right? The two sisters, they want to be twins. I always wanted twins. You know, I wanted twins so bad. And, you know, I would adopt you two if I didn't have 6 already, you know? But I wanted twins so bad, and I never had that opportunity. But, you know, your mother was blessed. You know, you two are just really something special. My brother and I, we fought like cats and dogs. You know, I mean, always. I mean, he was brown-headed, brown eyes. You stick him in a car, drive him down the street, and he was blistered. Just sun would just blister him. I come out blonde hair, blue eyes, and I can get black out in the sun, right? So we were so opposite on so many different things. And we fought like cats and dogs. You know, but he always had my back. Even though we fought, you didn't come between us and stuff. But I've always seen the relationship with twins, and that is just such a special gift from above. But you two are even, you know, you just mean a lot to me, you know, because you're just stand up, incredible people. And that's what I think, you know, here I go, you know, switching things up. But I think we need to highlight on this call some of the important, incredible people within Karatbars. There's a lot of you out there that are on this meeting right now watching. You've got stories. You know, I think we used to call them God nips or something another, but it's about those connections and just how both of Kathy, Kathleen, you know, the sisters, that's crazy how that works out, but it happens for a purpose. There's a purpose behind everything. But I would love to see that. I'd love to see Tori come out. I know Tori's had some medical issues in the last year or two. Tori, we pray for you. You know, don't think for a minute that we're not sitting over here praying for you, because you're one of us. You know, you're our family. You know, I love hearing Sharon Dix. She's got the best laugh. She and Roz, you put those two together and they have the best. But that's what I think a lot of people gravitate toward, is the family. We've got something so special within our Karatbars. The gold is fantastic. The business opportunity is incredible. You know, the freedom is, you know, that we all achieve, you know, or strive for that freedom, the ultimate freedom. And I think, Ty, that's where that AU comes from, because it just screams freedom, that ultimate freedom. But there's something more about the relationships and the family that bring us together. And that's the strength of what we have here. And I really think that's the ticket that everybody wants to be part. Everybody wants to be loved. I really believe that. I think when we come out of our mother's womb, we're all looking for love and somebody just to snuggle us up, protect us, and we've got that here in Karatbars and spades. Nothing else matters. I mean, I gave birth to 3 kids, okay? And 2 of them came out, they had prettiest little head, they were just perfect. And I had one, and I ain't gonna name names, but I had one came out and he was not pretty. He just was not. He just wasn't. And I'm sitting there going, bless his heart, but I'm gonna love him, But he's a pretty boy today. He's a pretty, okay, now y'all know it's one of the 2 boys. But I think everybody, you look at the state of the world today, and if we could all just take the approach about coming together on the things that we do agree on and forget about what we can deal with, what we don't agree with or disagree on sometime somewhere else. But you got to start with the love. And I think that is one of the most powerful things. And one of the things that make me so proud to be a part of this wonderful Karatbars family is the way we come together. Let's go weekend. If you've never been, you've got to go. I have never felt that kind of love in one room in my life, And everybody has everybody's back because we're all there. It's just a bunch of like-minded people. We're all searching for that ultimate freedom, and we lift each other up, and if somebody's out there squabbling, I don't want to hear about somebody squabbling within the family. I'm just not that person. I don't do squabble. Get over it and get in here and get love, because there's so many people in this Karatbars family that just want to reach out and love on you until you get to that place to where you can get on these calls and you can share your story. But they lift me up hearing their stories, like the AU story. Wow. There's nothing more powerful than that in a room. I mean, it just sends chills down your body. But it's the unity of the family and the people that are in that room. But COVID doesn't let us do it face to face. We'll do it online. There's nothing that's going to stop us.
Right.
We can love each other from a distance. But it's I think the very foundation of Karatbars started with Harold Sight's heart. I've always said that. He had a heart for people, and he honestly was looking for a way to protect his clients from what he knew was coming in 2008. He foresaw it, and the writing was on the wall, and he did what he could as one to make a difference. And then a few more came in, and then it was 3. Then a few more came in, and it was 5. And we were all in one accord. And then it was 10. And now then it's almost 1 million people worldwide that get it. It's that ultimate freedom. But Ty, what is it like to go on vacation with somebody that, like you, has obtained freedom? Or 2-sided questions, and I need you to come out on that line. I'm going to put you on the spot here. If you went on vacation, 2 couples, one couple has obtained that ultimate freedom. They paid the price, they sacrificed, they stuck their head down, nose down, focused 5 years, now they got freedom. Versus this person over here that's still working for somebody and still complaining about the state of their financial situation. Which one you gonna have more fun with? And it don't have nothing to do with money, guys. It's freedom. It's a mindset. Would you agree,
Well, absolutely. It's an attitude. Somebody posted something today says, when you post, if you're a winner, and when you post your victories, other winners will celebrate. But you can't post your victories around non-winners because they say you bragging. So you
Right.
can celebrate. We can celebrate your BMW, Miss Thompson, because we're excited about it. We can celebrate Mr. Dalco and Mrs. Dalco's Ranger because they're excited about it. We can, you know what I'm saying? And we see that potential for us to go get it. But if we don't see that potential in us to go get those things, then we have jealousy. We have issues because we don't think that same thing is for us. And you know, while I wanted to add one little piece too while I'm at this. As I'm looking at the screen, I said, ooh, Newport News in the house, Lisa. You know, I had to take a shot. Shirley had to say that. Newport News, Virginia's in the house. There's Lisa over there looking gorgeous from Newport News, Virginia. My homegirl grew up 2 blocks from me. And then we got Newport News in the house with the Thompson family. And I want to add one other piece about the Thompson that gets back to what you just said, Ms. Shirley, was very important. One thing about the Thompson twins, when they say they're going to be someplace, I don't ever think about it again. See, this is a big part for you building. This is if you want to get one little piece of teaching in here tonight, for you to build a credible, stable business, you got to have credible, stable people within your family, within your team. And when they say they're going to do something, you don't be wondering if they're going to do it, not going to do it, possibly going to do it. And one thing I can say about the Thompson, when they say they're going to be someplace, they're always there. When they say they're going to come, they're always there. They say we're going to do this, that's what they're going to do. And that's what it takes in this type of business. That's why Mr. Delco and I get along so well too. What he says he's going to do, he does. What I say I'm going to do, I do. The Gordon's the same way. That's an important part of you building your organization. For those who are listening right now, you can't build a team with flaky people. Okay, you need a salt of the earth kind of people that do what they say they're going to do, that have that love in their heart. And by the way, getting back to you again, Ms. Gold, I really believe that Karatbars says we are purging those people out of Karatbars. If they don't have that love in their heart, if they don't have the right spirit, we don't have to ask them to leave. They just don't stay around long. And if I could say one last little piece, I try I want to get started. People gonna come, people gonna go. Let God handle that. Some people go, some people are meant to be here and they stay, some people not. You don't know who they are. Just relax. So like I say, let Karatbars and Dr. Harold Sykes do what they do, and we do what we do. What do? We save gold, and we're going to introduce other people to the importance of saving gold. That's what we do. Everything else, Dr. Harold Sykes Karatbars does. It's the same thing with the business. I believe that there are certain people who are meant to be here and certain people who are not. And I don't feel like I have any control over that. I've said the same thing to Mr. Delco, to the Gordons, to the Thompsons, I say to everybody else. Okay, some people get it, some people don't. Some people get fired up. Some people see the vision. Some people stay on track. Some people don't. Okay, our job is to love them all and always leave the door open for those who might move on to come back. Love everybody. Wait on no one.
Yes, that's pretty powerful. That's extremely powerful there, Ty, because this happens whether in business, your church, your personal life. I've lost a couple of best friends. This is a crazy story because they had a marriage that was just, whew, one of those, was lots of drama, lots of craziness going on. And here I am, and I married Mr. Wonderful, as you well know, Ty. If you didn't, I'll make sure he calls you up and tells you that he's Mr. Wonderful. And but I've had people jealous of my marriage, and I've lost friendships because, and I mean, I even have a letter, I saved it, from a friend that said that not everybody could have the perfect husband. And it hurts when somebody does that, but it is life. And it doesn't matter if you're in Karatbars or wherever. We're all going to go through things, but we've got to learn that you have a purpose-driven life. And that purpose-driven, if you've been called to Karatbars or not. And you see the ones that are called, you don't have to worry about them. They're going to be here because they know that they were called, and they know that this is the purpose. I know that. I know out of all of my career that everything I did in the past brought me to Karatbars. I came kicking and screaming, but everything I did, every lesson I learned, good and bad, brought me to Karatbars. I don't even worry about the down times in my life because they taught me something. Every time the world shut a door on me, it taught me something. And from that lesson, it's like that William Ward statement, the stones that come your way, what do you do with the stones that come your way? Because you're going to walk through life and people are going to throw stones at you. There's going to be people that throw things in your path. There's going to be things that get in your way. There's going to be doors that are closed. There's going to be doors that are open that you wished you'd never walked through. But what do you do with the stones that come your way? Do you trip over them, stumble over them? Do you let them keep you from moving forward? Or do you pick them up and build with them? And the choice is really yours, what you do with that. But I love this format where I can get, that the personal side, the human side, the personal spirit of our Karatbars family. And so I want to thank, Wesley and Wayne and Catherine and Kathy, and thank you for being here. I'd like to see more of this on this platform because I love sitting on the patio, my two sisters, and I love them, but I love sitting on the patio. We recently lost somebody that was so special to our Karatbars family, Mr. Johnny Price. And Michael, when we were in DC, was the first time I met Johnny Price, and he was just thinking about it. He's just hanging out. He's listening. He's not just here listening. And I said, well, give me a hug. I'm glad you joined the family. And I said, because you're one of us, whether you know it or not. And it was just the way it was because you knew he was kind of fighting it. But, Valerie was teasing him. And then Michael got to telling me stories outside about when he was growing up and Johnny was there. And Johnny just sit and laughed. And I said, you're part of the family. You just don't know it yet. And he was such a wonderful part of our family. In the last Let's Go weekend, we sat on the patio and Johnny got to crying. But I sat there that night and I guess that moment was something I never let go of. I never knew that we were going to, lose Johnny, anytime soon. But he was sitting there crying and I couldn't let go of that. That was a year or so ago. And I still think about that moment today. Johnny had so much love to give. He had love that it just poured out of him. And he just kept looking at me going, I love you. And I said, I love you too, Johnny. And he'd cry a little bit more. And he goes, no, I love you. And I said, I love you too. But everybody that night, Johnny was going around hugging him. I don't know if he knew, what the future held. I don't know. But I know that he wanted to make a point of telling everybody how much he loved them. And I believe he really did. I believe he loved people. And I'm going to miss him, but I'm going to see him again one day. We're going to dance and I'm going to get to see him do his little thing, because Johnny could do it. He was so funny. But I want to see more of this from my Karatbars family. Is that okay with y'all? Can we get Roz Range out here one night and her doing her little thing?
Yeah.
And what I'm going to just go ahead and ask the audience. I see a bunch of you out there, who's willing? I want you to step up. Who's willing to come on the Empower Call on Thursday nights? And let's just hear your story and your journey with Karatbars. So come on, I want some commitments. Rachel Rideout, she's one of my patio girls.
There we go.
Juan Martinez, we would love to have you on here.
Yes.
Tori, you got to be on here. You don't get a choice. Look at there. CC Malone, Louis Straub, Demawa, Sharon. Some of you, we don't get you on here. Dr. Sergio,
you guys reach out to us in Facebook and message. and
Yeah,
we'll get you on.
Sherry Brown, I know Sherry Brown's in, you know,
Sherry.
guys, it's so important because sometimes the world is looking at Karatbars and they see these certain group of leaders and everything, but maybe they don't know your story. You know, a lot of times in networking, I think people think it's because you got this position, you got in first staff, right? I love the way you tell that story. Oh, she lucky, she got in first. I wouldn't call it luck. It ended up being a blessing, but it was hard for those years. And you're absolutely right, Ty, when you tell, you know, the other side of that story. But it's important for all the leaders to come in here and kind of take the makeup off, and let's just get down and let's get real and let people see your soul. Because to me, I think that's why I think people follow people when they really understand who they are. I came from the direct sales business. When they were talking to me about network marketing, I said, I can't do that. And they went, Cheryl, how long have you been in sales? Forever? But I'm a nose to nose kind of girl. You know, I got to sit down across the table from you, look you in the eyes, let you look me in my eyes. And I think that's where trust starts. That's not this world that we live in, but I have learned that the only thing network marketing does is it increases the value of your friendships, because they're a Skype away, they're a text away, they're a phone call away. You can create relationships, lifelong relationships with people on the other side of the world. Even some big German guy that didn't know how to speak English. You know, it opens up doors for God to just really shower blessings down on top of us. I was that person. I didn't want to do no MLM anything, Harold. We got to be e-commerce. I don't want to do none of that MLM stuff. You know, that was me. If this is MLM, count me in, because it has been a joy to be, you know, part of this group, part of your family. And I love this. How could you not love this? COVID, everybody panicking. I'm at home playing in the dirt, coming here, getting on a computer. I ain't got to go nowhere. I got Instacart if I need groceries. You know, it's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, but I love everybody coming back in. And let's get some real stories out there. I mean, we can pump people up. Gold's easy to pump some people up. Let's get some real stories out there and some real connections going, you know, within our family. And it's also a great way to elevate some people that haven't been brave enough to come out and do it on their own.
Right.
You know, maybe that little voice is saying, you need to do this. You need to do this. Now's your time. So reach out to Lucian, you know, Michael, Patrice, Lisa. I know y'all are on Facebook a lot. Reach out to me. I check it every 2 or 3 days, you know, but we will get to you. You know, we will get to you, because I think it's important, don't y'all?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm shut up. I'm done. That's my story for the night. I want to see more real people. I want to feel their hearts. I want to see their cars, their new BMWs. Yeah. I want to see it. I want to feel it. I want to live it with them.
Mr. Best, you were saying?
No, I was just saying what Shirley said, the story sell. Story sell.
Yeah.
Okay, we want to hear your story. And I think it's important that we hear people's stories, your positive story. Understand something. I need to put this in there. We need your positive story. I say in every story, there's a dream, there's a struggle, there's a prize. We like to hear about the prize. We want to hear about the dream, we want to hear about your prize. But it's not necessary to share your struggle until you overcome your struggle. That's the lesson to understand in this business as you're building your business too. It's important to tell your story. I want to hear your story, but it's important to tell your story and tell your struggle after you've overcome your struggle, not while you're in the midst of your struggle. Okay, that doesn't inspire people. What inspires me when you overcome your struggle and then tell your victory about your struggle. Important lesson in building your business to understand that. We want to hear your story. Want to hear about your dream? Okay, if you haven't got your dream, tell your dream and where you're going, what Karatbars meant to you. And then if you've overcome your struggle, talk about your struggle and then your victory. Okay, every story, every great story has a dream, a struggle, and then the prize.
Amen.
Okay, what makes Shirley Ann's story so great? She had a dream. Harold Sykes had a dream. And believe me, you don't want to be there. You didn't want to be there the first 2-3 years. I don't. Everybody said, I wish I was there at the beginning. No, I don't. Shirley's told me about the beginning. I heard Tammy talk about the beginning. I heard Boomer talk about the beginning. No, I don't. Thank you very much, Shirley. Like I said, thank you for your service to the Thompson twins. Thank you for your service, Shirley. Thank you for being there at the beginning. Thank you for doing the ground floor. Thank you for the spreadsheets. Thank you for all this stuff. And all I had to do was come in and tell your success story to build my story. God, don't give me, it's too late. I'm getting fired up. I'm telling you guys. Okay.
Man, you've got so much wisdom. You just didn't. What I took 20 minutes to try to spit out, you did it in 5. You did it in 5. It comes back to attitude. Attitude, you know, rich dad, poor dad. You know, my dad was a self-made man. I mean, he did his own business. We were middle class at best. You know, he did the best he could, but you know, my biological dad that I didn't even know, he owned his own business. I think he worked for Ford Glass for a while, and then he left Ford Glass and started his own business. And my kids don't know anything other than own your own business. I didn't know that you were supposed to work for somebody. I didn't get that memo. And so, you know, I came out of that family. I married a guy that had grocery stores and, you know, and so I didn't know that you were supposed to work for somebody else. It was just a natural thing, right? Never really thought about it. And today I've got a guy doing some stuff around the house for me. And he grew up, and in this area, you know, we have Saturn, you know, the big car manufacturer right here in Smyrna. And his dad's worked for Saturn forever, which is an honorable job. Don't get me wrong. It's an honorable job. This kid, he went to school with mine. He's an airplane mechanic, right? But he's sitting here looking at life now, and he's like, okay, they're shut down. He can't go to work. You know, they're kind of grounded, so there's no work for him, so they've sent him home. And he's been around Britt and I enough in his lifetime, and he sees me still on the phone, still doing this, still speaking. Petey said hi, and still doing all this stuff. And he's asking questions about being an entrepreneur. He sees my other son that has a successful business in construction and all that. And it's dawning on him, I don't really want to work for somebody. You know, I make good money, Miss Gober. You know, I've got really good hours and everything, but I've always got somebody looking over my shoulder. You know, I like this because he's doing odd jobs and he's starting to do some things on his own. And he says, the freedom. He said, I don't want to go back to the, you know, 8 to 5 job. I don't want to go back to somebody telling me when I can go to lunch. I don't want to go back. It's those things, and it's all about mindset. And if you stay with this mindset, I'm always going to be broke, or somebody's always trying to get something over on me, or somebody did this, somebody, you got to get rid of those things. You got to get rid of it out of your mouth, out of your mind. If you keep whatever you put out, whatever comes out of your mouth is the life you will live. You know, I've always said, call those things that are not as if they were. You know, it doesn't matter how sick I am, 104-degree temperature. You feel great, Cheryl. You feel great. Get up. Let's go do it. You know, or I'm healed. I'm this, I'm that. But I don't go to doctors, Ty. We've had this conversation. I don't go to doctors because I will not let them speak death over me.
Amen.
If you can't speak life over me, you can't talk to me. And I'm definitely not going to pay you to speak death over me, right? But you've got to get rid of this. You got to get rid of that. Your words has the power of life and death in them. And so many people are walking around cursing their own lives and their own destiny by the words that come out of their mouth. So speak life over yourself, your family, your children. Don't put a curse on somebody, especially your family, by saying, you know, we always been poor and we always did this and my mama had diabetes and her mama. You're putting a curse over your life and your family's life. So when you get up in the morning, you just smack your mouth a few times. You know, I got a girl, Mark and Carol Dominguez. Everybody remember them in Karatbars up in California, I used to say, well, I'm just gonna die. You know, I was just get so tickled. I'd say, I'm just gonna die. You know, she said, would you quit saying that? And I learned to pop my mouth saying that, you know, but it's things that you don't even think about, but start listening to what's coming out of your mouth, because you're either putting a curse or a blessing on your destiny by the words that you speak. So,
Amen.
there you go. All right, done. Done with my rant.
All right. All right. Well, thank you, Shirley, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, Wesley and Wayne Thompson. You guys were awesome. Appreciate you guys, and thank you for sharing your story with us. We will have you guys and your lovely wives on as well. We might have them on without you guys. They look a little better than y'all do. Y'all way out kicked y'all's coverage with your wives, man. But beautiful, beautiful. We enjoyed having you guys. Mr. Best, thank you. Mr. Dalco, thank you. Ms. Gillespie, thank you. I do want you to share something here. But first, I want Dr. Patrice, do you have anything you want to share with us, Dr. Patrice, Lady Lisa?
I just wanted to thank everybody for
Yes.
attending tonight
Mhm.
and supporting the Empower Call. To have the Thompson twins and their dear brides with us tonight was just a treat in itself.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Lucia.
All right, guys, we always stay plugged in. Reach out to your upline, your downline, your sidelines, your outlines, every line, and get plugged into the Wealth Builders website, Wealth Builders Worldwide website, and find out we have recorded calls. There's no reason you can't get plugged into something 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right, so guys, great call. We loved it tonight. It was phenomenal, encouraging to everyone. And Ms. Gillespie, you had something that you wanted to share with us. We have Johnny Price doing it.
Yes.
Come on, guys. Have a good evening. Have a good week. We love you. We're going to close out with Johnny Price. Good night, everyone. We love you guys.
Come on, baby. Come on. Pretty good. Everywhere.